Hey everybody, today's episode of Dr. Drew After Dark is brought to you by Vincero and Stamps.com, but we're going to get to that a bit later. Now, the show. Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. And welcome to another episode of Dr. Drew After Dark. Again, we love the emails. Keep them coming, everybody, at drdrewafterdark@gmail.com, DRDRW After Dark at Gmail. And the voice messages, which have run from the sublime to the ridiculous. 818-253-1693. Keep coming with those as well. We appreciate it very, very much. It is my privilege to welcome friend, comedian, Claire Titelman.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing good.
Everything, you're out there, you're doing stand-up, you're writing.
I'm out there.
So when we started doing this thing, I told him, I got to get Claire in here because she has a good story. Do you mind telling that story again?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Okay. Because I know it. But
yeah. Oh, the story of
your life of crime.
My life. Oh, right. When I was arrested.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because did you guys not? I mean, you just took one look at her and you thought that's a criminal.
That's a criminal.
Isn't that what you guys figured? Yes.
Yeah. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Typecast.
So let's start with where you grew up. You grew up.
I grew up in Northampton, Massachusetts. That's Western Mass.
Right.
Not Boston.
That's right. 4 miles from where I went to college.
Oh,
you forgot that part. I went to Amherst College.
Oh, yeah, of course. You forgot that part. Yeah, Ivy League. No big deal.
No big deal. But Northampton, you grew up there in like the 80s?
Yep.
Yeah. In the 70s, it was like urban blight in Northampton.
Oh.
It was really bad there.
Really?
Yeah. It just sort of came to life in the 80s again.
When I was born.
It was nice. They knew Claire. Welcome, Claire. And your family, what'd they do?
They're psychologists. All of them are psychologists.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wasn't somebody a psychiatrist?
Well, I guess
they were psychologists.
Yeah, my dad's a psychologist. My mom's a psychologist.
Okay.
My ex-stepfather's a psychiatrist. My stepmother's a social worker psychiatrist.
All of them.
My previous one was a ombudsman, which is a kind of I'm writing a show about it.
Doomed for a career in comedy.
Yeah, exactly. They set me up for success.
And when did you leave Northampton?
I went to college. You know.
Where'd you go to college?
Bard College.
Bard, yeah, very excellent school.
Yeah,
excellent.
Very nice
Another
school.
liberal arts school.
Yeah, liberal arts. Yeah. And then I went to Los Angeles.
Crazy.
Yeah. Too early apparently, because I would have been better off shoplifting in my hometown probably earlier in life, not as a grown up. But you
moved to South Pasadena.
Oh yeah, I moved to South Pasadena.
Is that your first place you lived?
No, I lived in South Pasadena, right? Because I lived with my friend GJ's.
And GJ has two movies.
GJ has 2 movies. Yeah, GJ likes you a lot. I lived with him. And
that movie haunts me.
Oh really? Did you see the
I did see.
studio?
I did see it.
Remake
what was the name of that one?
Frank and Cindy.
Frank and Cindy. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty terrific.
Yeah, and his documentary was Frank and Cindy too.
Yeah.
And I recommend you go see Frank and Cindy. It's probably on Amazon.
Oh yeah, they're both. You can watch them both online.
Watch the documentary first.
Yeah.
Shall we sort of sketch that a little bit?
Oh yeah. Well, GJ Echternkamp, who is a terrific filmmaker and friend, he grew up in South Pasadena with his mother and stepfather named Frank and Cindy.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's their Frank and Cindy right there.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the whole thing is when they show him. I almost want to play the first part of the film where his dad is in that boy band.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "My mom thought it'd be a great idea if she married this guy."
Yeah, he was a one-hit wonder.
And then he spent the rest of his life drinking and making music in his basement.
Exactly, urinating into Coke cans.
Yeah, you need to watch the video, the documentary. Anyway, so you entered that household.
Oh yeah, entered that household, and we lived there until we were ready to go on our ways, and it was a chaotic household.
Wow. Was that reminiscent of home?
There's probably some crossovers for sure.
Okay.
Certainly a familiar feeling. I felt it at home. GJ and I are a little bit like siblings in a way. And so then I went out into the world, and then eventually, I guess, so eventually our lives fell apart later on, and then we moved back with Frank and Cindy, which was too old to live with Frank and Cindy. He got kicked out of his girlfriend's house for like having cheated on her like a million years ago. She found out. My life fell apart. My car fell off a cliff. And
what?
Yeah, you don't know.
I didn't know this part.
Oh yeah, my car fell off a cliff.
How'd that happen?
Oh, you know the actor Jack Black?
I know Jack.
I don't know if he knows this story.
Oh, but, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows this story. He might know it by now. There's actually a video online. You can see me.
Let's get this, gentlemen.
The car. I think it's on my website.
Gentlemen.
My friend Jeremy, who is a really great director, comedy director, and but then he was Jack Black's assistant, and Jeremy was editing a video for me. He was a good editor, and so I was over. That would be it. So I was.
Oh my God. Do you guys put up video to accompany this show when we do it, or just flash stuff on the screen?
No. Well, like the people at home are seeing this now.
Okay, all right.
Good. Yes. Okay, so we were.
That's when they're trying to get it out.
Okay, so we were in the house editing, and then all of a sudden we hear over like a megaphone. Jack Black had just bought a house up on like Mulholland, and it was like on a cliff. But he had gone to Hawaii to shoot a movie, and he hadn't put up his guardrails yet, which you had to put up guardrails there. Anyways, all of a sudden we hear like, if you have a Jetta, come out. Oh. And I was like, I don't have a Golf. Let's keep going. Oh. And Jeremy was like, I think we should go outside. And then we go outside, and there's, that's happening.
Oh my God.
That happened.
That's what happened when you came out of
me. Then you could see me see it.
How did it happen to fall off the cliff?
Well, what happened was, okay, so it's up, you're up on a cliff, but there's like what I thought was a flat driveway. And it had a little bit of an incline. Incline or whatever. And it was also, I will say, a very, very windy day. And so I had my car in neutral. It was a stick shift. And it was in neutral. I don't know.
Without setting the brake?
Yeah, I don't know where.
Oh, dude.
I always did that. Like, no one, I never like, I don't know. I know. So
and usually the stick shifts have like one of those big levers you just pull right in the middle.
I had a lever.
You just never pulled it.
I don't know.
Even after this happened, did you start doing it?
Well, the car fell off a cliff and I got an automatic, obviously. I'm not an idiot.
Of course. Makes sense now.
Come on now.
Makes sense. So your life fell apart, moved back to South Pasadena.
Yeah. Anyways, it very slowly fell off. Over the course of like 2 hours, it just creeped. But I'll say one more thing about it. Because it was like, I think it was like the owner of like, or the president of MGM that was like on the right below. And they cleared out. It was pretty much a glass side of the house.
Oh my God.
And they cleared out all the trees. I don't know, for viewers, I don't know. Anyways, but there was one tree and my car got stuck up in that tree.
Or it would have gone down to that house.
It would have broken through their house.
Oh my God.
I know, it's a miracle. I know. I mean, I'm a lucky person.
You are a lucky person.
I'm sort of unlucky and then also lucky.
You create unluck very effectively, and then luck kicks in.
I know. Well, that's how you get luck to kick in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To challenge God.
Yeah.
So one of those occasions was while shopping for sweaters.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I was shopping for sweaters. And, I wasn't even...
This is when your life was shit, right? That you were living in South Pasadena.
No, actually, this is when my life was good.
Oh, okay. Right.
This is the good stuff. So I was on my way somewhere, and I had a friend who's at Thursday Promenade, and I was going to drive through Santa Monica, and she was like, why don't you stop by and say hi or whatever, we'll have food or whatever. So I contacted her. She goes, I'm an Urban Outfitters, come in. So anyway, so we were just like gabbing at Urban Outfitters. We were like looking at t-shirts. We're just like, it was Friday night. We're just gabbing.
And trying stuff on.
Yeah. And they have like big mirrors, there.
So you have to try stuff on.
I mean, you have to try things on.
Yes.
I mean, they are trying to get you not to go into the dressing room.
Yes.
Because they have those big mirrors and they're playing disorienting pop rock music. And it
is their fault.
It's their fault.
Wow.
It's too brightly lit. It's almost like you're on
casino.
acid or
it's like a casino.
It's a casino. It's a casino. They might as well
They pump oxygen in there.
They pump oxygen. Exactly. I'm so glad you get it. It was not my doing. And so I try on a sweatshirt. Actually, it's very similar. This is not the sweatshirt, but it's very similar.
You stole this one too?
No, I did not
okay,
steal this one. This one I bought with my hard-earned cash. And although I just moved and I bought this one crying, but I can tell you about that later. Mental note. Tears. Yeah, this is a magical unicorn sweatshirt. But so anyways, I put it on and I said to her, as we do, I said, what do you think? Do you like it? She was like, yeah, I like it. And I was like, oh, I can't decide, whatever. So I was just wearing it. I thought I'll just keep looking and I'll think about it. And then if I want it at the end, I'll buy it. Anyways, I forgot I was wearing it. And mind you, there's an enormous white tat. I mean, it's like, the thing that...
Like mini pearl. Like a giant tags hanging off your shoulder.
That huge like plastic white thing that they have to like
the alarm
professionally remove.
Yes,
you know what I mean? It's not like... So anyways, so we're gabbing and stuff. And then we're like near the exit or the entrance. And there's like a book of these like sex books with poses. We're giggling, we're laughing, we're reading it. And then all of a sudden she's like, I'm hungry. Let's go get sushi. So I was like, oh, great. And we walked. It was beep, beep, beep. And I looked down and I'm wearing the sweatshirt. So I go, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So I unzip it and they're like, no. And there's somebody there, like a security person. They're like, you have to go downstairs. And I was like, I love basements, but I was like, in LA, you never see basements. I was like, didn't even know they were there.
We don't have them.
A trap door or something.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, but it's just an accident. I mean, honestly, you'd have to be crazy to try to steal a sweatshirt with a huge white I mean, I think criminals are smarter than that.
Yes.
They cut it off, or they
or they ask them to remove it, then they don't pay them or something.
Or they pick, I don't know, but this not, I mean, I'm not, I didn't go to Amherst, but I
went to Bard.
have
it's all right.
Pretty high IQ. And I know that because I didn't learn to read at the right time. So I had to go see a therapist. And he said I had a very high IQ. There was no reason why I didn't know how to read, but that's a longer conversation. Actually, here's a parenting tip, but I'll save it for later. But
teach your kids to read.
I learned to read really fast when someone taught me.
Yeah, so teach your kids to read.
Some people have to teach your kids to read.
Yes.
Or send them to a school where they teach them to read.
Oh my God, you went to a hippie school.
I went to Smith College, you know what it's called?
Yes, they have that experimental school.
Yes. And basically, my family didn't teach me how to read because they're like, school, do it, or whatever. They're busy arguing or whatever they're doing. And everybody else's like parents taught them how to read. And so at reading time, the teacher didn't want to teach me how to read. So she would tell it to my best friend.
The teacher was some Smith College sophomore.
Probably like smoking weed and like
it's one of my
having
friends.
sex with Amherst College boys. And, or not, because there's a lot of, anyways.
Not interested in boys over there. So much.
And so she'd be like, go into the hall and Alexa will teach you, we'll teach you how to, we'll read to you.
You learn from Siri?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Anyways, she just read to me. That's not how you learn. Anyways, whatever. I could continue that story, but should I just tell you this one thing that's like a real mind fuck?
Yes.
Okay. So they were gonna hold me back, and because I didn't learn how to read by my 6-year-old best friend reading to me, and so I go to a child psychologist, and they're like, she's a high IQ. There's no reason why she shouldn't be reading. So they sent me to a public school, and they had like remedial. Whatever. So I'd go to during reading time, I'd go to the remedial lady, which at that time was like everybody who was disabled.
Yeah.
It was in one room.
Yeah.
And so like very, very, very disabled people and me. And so it wasn't like an ego boost in there. I mean, in some ways it was. It was like, I'm killing it. But I had this reading teacher I liked. She like taught me how to read. I learned to read immediately. So anyways, but what happens is at reading time, she comes in and gets me. So I know how to read great, but she's late. She's often late to get me. So I just circle up with everybody. And when it's my turn, I read like great, right? I'm reading better than these other a-holes in the class. Like I'm like killing it, reading fast, reading clear. I'm just like,
how old are you?
Slaying.
6?
I'm like too old. 2nd grade.
8, 7.
Yeah, something like that. And so anyways, but then like clockwork, the lady would come and get me and I'd have to go with her. And I remember just thinking, what is happening? Like, I can read all year long. I would just go, and like a couple of years ago, I talked to my mom about it. My mom was like, oh, we knew you could read. We just didn't want you to stop seeing her because we thought you were attached to her. I was like, are you fucking crazy? Like, I thought I was like losing my mind. Like I was reading, like couldn't hear me or something. Like there was something like so like in my DNA that was like not smart. Like, even though I could read perfectly, they're like, she's got to go to remedial. Like, she can read, but there is something wrong with her.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, so I read grades.
Good, of course. So the sweater's on. They're taking you downstairs.
So they take me downstairs. Oh, it was just a terribly frustrating experience. So, I mean, I think whatever, people who go to jail and who are black and people of color and all this stuff have this experience all the time. But a white privileged person does not have the experience all the time that when you tell the truth, you're not believed. Mostly when I tell the truth, I'm believed. But anyway, so.
I don't believe you.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I don't believe they don't believe me.
All right,
That's the privilege of
being white.
Being white. We can both be like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. And nobody goes to jail or gets beaten. But
you go to the basement.
So I go to the basement, and there's pictures of all the shoplifters on the wall. Oh, there's a girl who's like 16 or something. She's crying because she had, like underwear that she had hidden in her purse. They, like thongs or something. And she's crying, and they go call her mother, to tell her what happened and to come get her, you know? And she's going to go home, this little thief.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe call my mom?
Right.
Because like, why am I going to jail? I didn't steal the thing.
Yeah.
It's an accident. That girl, that was not an accident. Those thongs, that was not an accident in that purse.
They didn't jump in her purse.
They didn't jump in her purse.
No.
Anyways, so I was like, it's an accident. And he was like, how is this an accident? And I was like, so I told him, I was like, I'm spacey. Like, ask any of my friends. Like, look in my purse. I have
You told me last time you had a bunch of shit going on in your life at that time too, didn't you?
I'm sure I did. I've always had a lot of shit going on in my life too.
But you were starting to go to meetings and things. And
I was on my way to my very first Al-Anon meeting.
Interesting.
Yeah, my unconscious was like, no. You want to heal?
No, thank you, not me.
No. I knew how to like really put an obstacle in my way. But
well done.
Thank you so much. I can get things done when I want to. So I was like, I was looking at my bag. I was like, I have sand in my bag. I have like, check stubs. I have like things to like put up a towel rack, like I'm not organized.
Are you a carpenter or
like I was like, you look at this person. This is not a person who knows she's wearing.
There were no thongs.
Sweatshirt.
There were no thongs.
There were no
I see.
thongs.
You're making the case of how disorganized you were.
Yeah.
That you couldn't even carry a purse that made sense.
Yeah. Like I'm the kind of person who would walk out wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like pregnant people and me are in the same category.
Yeah.
And
you're too high in progesterone.
They get off for everything. I mean, those
that progesterone
ladies,
makes them crazy.
It makes so he was like, and so he told me that I was too old to be spacey. And I was like, but it was actually really powerful. A friend told me later, he was like, he thought that that the guy was kind of onto something, that like
like maybe this was a message to you.
Well,
this is a life learning moment.
Well, kind of, that like we could like push this off as like, oh, Claire's spacey, or like actually the truth was that I was dissociative. He was right. It wasn't that I was spacey. There was something really wrong. There's either something really wrong with me,
you were
or I was
dissociating.
lying.
You were dissociating.
Yeah. So he thought I was lying, but the truth was there was something greater than being space cadet.
And the dissociation came from?
I think it just came from. It's really funny in therapy. She's always. I remember for a while she was like, "Were you sexually abused?"
Right.
And I was like, "No." She was like, "You sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "So why are you like this?" I was like, I've never wished that I was sexually abused so much. You know what I mean? So at least those guys have
Make
a reason.
Make it easy on the therapist, yeah.
Yeah.
So he was right, and then he what? Took you to jail?
So then he took me to jail.
Like jail?
Yeah. They took me to jail. Just classic jail with jail people in there. And they patted me down. They did my fingerprints.
What did your friend do?
She left.
Did she know this was going to happen to you, or?
I don't know. She wasn't like a really close friend.
Clearly not.
She didn't become one. But at the same time, like we were young, and like what was she gonna do? Like sit outside jail?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knew when they were gonna let me out? And by the way, they like didn't give me a phone call. Just FYI. Everybody, I hope you all know that they do not always give you a phone call.
Did you ask for it?
I sure did. And it was at night. So they didn't let me out till like middle of the night. And so then I had to like walk to my car by myself in like the middle of Santa Monica is the most bougie place you could be. But
so they processed you, put you in a jail cell, and then let you out.
Yeah. And so then I was in a jail cell with homeless people or whatever, drunk people. And and then eventually they let me out. Yeah.
And then you had to go to court and everything?
Oh no, this is actually an interesting story. I went into high gear because I was like, it's one thing if I had like stolen something and I was like, I'm going to take the rap on this,
sure,
like whatever. But I was like, I am not getting something on my record that I did not do. I will not stand for this. So I called a bunch of criminal lawyers and I called Winona Ryder's lawyer.
Mark Ergos, my buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, up north, right? In Santa Barbara?
No. He was the one that Mark got her off the shoplifting thing.
Oh.
I think it was Mark those days, yeah.
Well, anyways, I've talked to a few people, and basically so I met with this one guy in like downtown LA.
And her whole thing too, by the way, women will steal, I think I told you this, when they're coming off opiates.
Oh,
they will compulsively steal as a way to try to feel better in the moment. Yeah.
Poor thing. She had great outfits though. Remember that?
Good
the
actress.
Courtroom, Marc Jacobs stuff. Oh, that headband. I wanted to go to court just so I could emulate that look. But I still was too pissed that.
So you talked to all these lawyers.
Oh, so I talked to this lawyer and he's such a dick. He was like a young lawyer and he barely listened to me and he was just like, yeah. Like, I don't really care. Like, there's nothing you can do. Literally what we're going to do is like, you're going to go to court.
Make a deal.
Yeah. You're going to pay the fine and you're going to like do whatever. It's going to go on your record. Like, that's how shoplifting works. And I was like, but I didn't take the thing. And he was like, you can't see what I'm doing over the podcast, but I'm going.
Well, there's a video camera here. That's your camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hello. I would have put more makeup on. I thought this was a podcast. Did I get tricked?
And YouTube.
Did I get tricked?
There's these three things sitting there staring at you.
This is not what I look like. I'm very beautiful.
Yes, you are.
And I have clean hair.
Keep going.
Can't smell me though, huh?
So you do you talk to these asshole attorneys?
Oh, yeah, I talked to these asshole attorneys. And, but I got a tip. I did get a tip from someone who said, you can't have, the guy up north. I'd reached out to some fancy attorneys. I reached out to Winona Ryder and Michael Jackson. And actually people just call you back. It's wild. And the one thing the guy up north said, he was like a Jackson guy, he said, you want a lawyer who's in the district where the district attorney is. You can't just use a lawyer anywhere because you want the lawyer to have relationship with the district attorney.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. And anyway, so a friend, actually GJ's girlfriend in high school's mother was a lawyer. She gave me this guy's name. Thank you. So he like listened to everything I said and he took notes. He just like sat there just like taking notes, looking at me, taking notes. I told him the whole story. I said I wanted to hear everything about it. So he looked up at me. He said, I believe you. I was like, oh my God, thank you God. Duh. And he was like, yeah. He goes, okay, what I'm going to do is they got like the footage from the store.
Yeah.
And it just like didn't seem like I was like stealing anything.
Right. You were looking at the stupid sex book.
Yeah.
And then leaving.
Like anyways. And he was like, so basically, yeah, he was like, I'm going to call the district attorney and, we'll get the stuff from the store and, and I'll tell her that I believe you and, and I'll get back to you.
And?
Yeah, he called me up.
That was it?
That was it.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Was it expensive?
Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah.
But I would rather pay $5,000, which is what I paid, than have something I didn't do
Yeah, I agree with that.
on my record. And what was really ironic is that I was like making really good money at that time. So it's like I could have bought like 5 billion sweatshirts with $5,000.
Right.
Like wasn't even a nice sweatshirt.
Right. Sweatshirt and tears.
Oh yeah. So I don't like change. And
But you like popcorn.
I like popcorn. Sorry, skinny popcorn.
Sorry.
Great. Yeah, this is probably not the right medium
It's
for
fine. It's quite
munching.
all right.
Okay, so actually, I know. Okay, this is part of the GJ thing. So when I moved, I was very, very attached to my little carriage house in Venice, and so when I stopped working a lot and making money, and I also like developed this physical stuff, this like terrible stomach problem where I couldn't digest food at all, and I started to like really just terrible, and I couldn't make a job, and I was just really sick. So I stopped earning money, but I refused to leave my place because I was like deathly attached to this place. And I don't really want my old landlord to hear this, but oh well. And so finally I was like, I'm going to have to leave this place. I can't afford it. But I didn't want to. So, and I wasn't allowed to sublet. So now I am going to sound like a criminal.
Uh-oh. This is your actual criminal
This is my
behavior.
actual criminal
Okay,
mind.
go
It's
ahead.
not criminal. It's just, desperate times call for desperate measures, Drew. And I had to, anyway, so I sublet the place. I sublet it.
That's high crime.
High crime.
But you said you cried in that sweatshirt. Though.
Okay. So anyways, so I moved in with GJ and all this stuff, and I pretended to my landlord I was going somewhere else, whatever. It was high crime. And I did it all to keep this like nest I lived in that I like loved and like started to hoard. Anyways, so where was I? So I went to all these things to not leave my house. Eventually, I was able to come back to it. Which is
that where you are now?
Yeah. So, but eventually I had to leave. So I've like held on to this place for like a decade. And it's like been my special safe nest that I love. And so I moved, and for like 2 months, I just like wrote love letters to my house. Like, if you're talking about psychos, you should have had like a video of me like writing love letters and like touching the walls and saying goodbye. I mean, it was all I could do to
we have something planned
walls.
for you. We have something coming.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kissed my floor. I mean, if only someone was there. But when I was younger and I moved to Venice and I didn't have any money, there is this store. I should give a shout out to AV something or other. It's this fancy sweatshirt store.
Oh.
It's a wildly expensive sweatshirt, FYI. And it's very soft, and I really wanted it, but I like couldn't afford it. And so over the years, I've many times gone in to try on this exact sweatshirt.
Did they know that you have a?
I think they think like I'm going to shoplift this.
Yeah, you have a wrap. That's your whole game.
This is my thing, sweatshirts. Anyway, so then when I finally moved, I was like, I'm going to go get the sweatshirt. Like it doesn't suit me anymore, but I'm going to get it. So I went in and I bought this outrageously expensive sweatshirt, and I cried, and then I was like, I better get the sweatpants too. So I have this like really intense sweat outfit.
So the dissociation you were having, does that still happen?
No.
That happened.
I mean, I've been in therapy since then. So I didn't make it to my Al-Anon meeting that day, but I did go to therapy.
And you've been to Al-Anon since too, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Al-Anon. I like 12 steps in general.
Well, let us take huge fan of 12 steps, the meetings.
Oh yeah, whole thing.
They were under attack for a while. I think it's
by who?
By idiots.
Yeah.
Hey, we have to take a little break to hear from our friends. First, Vincero watches. That's this. That I am not a watch wearer. I'm wearing this and another Vincero watch all the time. And the other one, my son ripped off from me because he liked it so much. And what I'm telling you, as a non-watch wearer, look how stylish this is. I always assumed watches like this were thousands and thousands of dollars. So I thought, wasteful. Stylish, but wasteful. No. With these guys, you can, if I told you the price, you have to go online and check the price. This is under their new watches. Check out their new watches and look at the prices. You will be astonished. I mean, I'm just amazed that they can do this. And the quality is all there, not just in the style, but also the operation of the watch. It's great. Vincero means, in Italian, I guess, I will win. So all their designs are rooted in the values of pioneering. They're not minimalist. They are really going for high style. Now, each has a distinct look and quality. Each watch will be noticeable. I mean, their style, they're part of your wardrobe. I mean, I really think this is a great product. So again, they've had over 14,000 5-star reviews on their site. Go to vincerowatches.com/Dr. Drew April. Vincero, Vincero watches.com/DRDREW April, the month April. Again, and if you use the Dr. Drew April, you'll get 15% off your entire order. That's insane. They really, you need to go check it out because you'll be astonished. So they're exceptionally crafted, great price. Get a Vincero watch at vincerowatches.com/Dr. Drew April, and you get that 15% off when you enter the code Dr. Drew. So vincerowatches.com/Dr. Drew April, then the code is to get that 15% discount, Dr. Drew. Next, our friends at stamps.com. My wife and I were early adopters. It must have been 8 or 10 years ago. I was looking at a letter on my desk, and there was a picture of my daughter on the stamp. And I was confused. I didn't understand how my wife did it. And she was, stamps.com. It's no big deal. I thought she was counterfeiting stamps because it seems too good to be true that you can actually print the stamps up at your computer, at your printer, at your desk. It's ridiculous. I use stamps for everything and have always done so. It's a no-brainer. So right now, our listeners get a special offer. It includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage, and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. The digital scale, any class, any size of mail, put it on that digital scale, plug it into your computer, you will know precisely what you should be paying for that package. And no more guessing about, I always have to figure out what you're supposed to pay for a given letter. No more guessing. Put it on the digital scale. You get it printed out, and you print the stamp at the same time. So go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in DRDREW, Dr. Drew. There's a microphone at the top of the homepage at stamps.com. That is stamps.com, and enter the code DRDREW, Dr. Drew. And you'll be happy with these guys. That's no more going to the post office. Anything you can do at the post office, you can do with stamps and other things, plus the free postage and the free scale. Go to stamps.com. Now back to the show. Well, so you've not really been introduced to your mom's house properly until you've watched some of these videos.
Ooh.
And this one video is sort of a classic, and the boys in the next room want to share it with you, just so you get a sense of who this guy is. And then we're going to hear directly from him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Here he is.
Yeah, he has a message
we're gonna
for
call
Drew.
him?
No, he has a message directly for Drew.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So this is a guy that we've been a real big fan of on Your Mom's House podcast for, I want to say close to a year or two.
And they've made contact with him. Like they have him on the phone.
This
Yeah,
feels
we just
very
recently
Riverdale.
made contact with him.
Yeah, they made contact.
So before we get into the new message, we figured, you're new here. Let's run you through the classics that made this guy classic.
Okay.
Who love to fuck and fuck good. Black guys who love to fuck and fuck good. If you're a hot black guy and you want to fuck me at $23.95, if you want to move in, you can move in, but you gotta fuck me. I need to be fucked a lot, man. Get free food, free rent, and everything else, man. Here's the deal, man.
So first impression?
So
Oh, wow.
So I spend a lot of my time like this whenever I'm watching their videos, and I can't help myself. I literally cannot help but take my hands over my face.
I mean, free rent, free food, free lease, and a key. I mean, that's a pretty good trade, right?
Totally.
This is what Tom calls a cool dude.
This is a totally cool dude.
I knew Claire would like these guys.
But
So
wait, what did he edit this video himself?
you
Or is
got-
this a mix of different things he said?
Oh, no. So, this is, there's a lot of dead air in these, so in order to make it presentable.
it's a little mix they put
So
together.
this is a bunch of his videos.
Well,
this
it's
is a
one-
compilation of his first video.
It's one video that
okay.
they kind of tightened up.
Oh, I see. I see.
So that's the first clip, and, he has more to say.
And they fell in love with him when they found this one.
Yeah, we had to edit out
It's
his
a real
number and
dream.
address.
Okay.
Yeah.
Men from jail, homeless, or you're a thug, you want to come move in, your friend can move with you too, man. Free rent, you get a lease and a key. Fuck me. Piss on me, beat me, I'm home now. You see me, you want to come over today and try it out, man. If you're in my building, try it out. You want to fucking piss on me, try it out. Seriously, applied only as fuck, man. I'm looking for hardcore guys that mean it, want to do it, and I want to deliver it. I'm a hot white trash. Come dump, let's fuck.
So try it out became a phrase known throughout the land.
And same
Claire?
with piss on me and beat me. That's how we say goodbye to each other here.
Oh, piss me and beat me. I just like that he says you can have a lease and a key. Like, is the person going to want a lease? Like, is they really going to want their own lease? I think they're pretty much going to be month to month.
Pretty much. So I'm glad you catch the vibe. Oh, is there more of him?
Are you a Latina guy looking for a place to live?
Too much.
So so that was so that video was from like I want to say about 2 years ago.
And
or
this is
so.
his Instagram site? Is that what this was?
Yeah, this is his Instagram page, and we found like people found his Instagram and sent it to us like, oh my gosh, like we found the original account that he's uploading to, that he's still currently uploading to.
Stuff like this.
And so this is a video that's literally 2 years after the one you just saw, and this is the new updated message that he's sending.
Is this one coming to me?
No. This one,
'cause I wanna-
this one is still free content.
Okay.
Are you a hot black or Latina guy looking for a place to live? Come at $23.95. You don't have to pay any rent. I'll give you a keys, lease, and a key, and you will be the boss of the house. Anything goes from mild to wild to kink. So if you're a top and you're a black or Latino or you are homeless or ex-con, come check it out, man. 718-9. I'll be waiting, and you're the boss.
So he has what we call, Claire, a bad picker.
I think he has a bad picker.
He's got a bad. He likes homeless criminals.
Ex-cons.
Ex-cons.
He doesn't want present cons.
No, ex-cons.
So
He's moved up
he's
that
discerning,
scale.
Yeah.
Here's his Easter message.
Okay.
Yeah, so those first two are about 2 years
is
apart.
that Easter message for me?
Yes, it is.
Oh my
so
God.
here's a little context.
Hold on. Well, go ahead. What do you want to say?
So the context is that up until now it's been a pretty private account, but now our fans have discovered it. So Drew analyzed him on Dr. Drew After Dark with Duncan Trussell, I believe.
Oh.
And so people are telling him that they saw it and that, hey, just letting you know, Dr. Drew is talking about you. So he responds to that.
Okay. Now, I only remember saying this guy makes me sad.
Okay.
That's all I remember. Because every time I see this guy, he makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad for him. Like he wants to get beaten up and shit on and pissed on and stuff. Now, I'm not making judgment of whatever he's into. God bless him.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. Whatever he's into, I'm fully in. Let him do his thing. But it makes me sad to see a guy, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
you get sad when you hear about the rent and the lease. I know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's sad. It's sad. I mean, but again, it's like so many people want things that they never ask for.
Well, at least this guy asked for it.
Yeah, he's saying what he wants.
Claire, I like how your mind works.
And he just lets that
Scares me, but I like how your mind works.
He'll have no regrets unless the ex-con murders him.
Well, yeah, then there might be some regrets. So here we go.
Yeah, so Drew, this is a message for you.
On Easter.
Yeah. Dr. Drew, what's Dr. Drew saying about me? Yeah, probably negative. Well, I couldn't get it by Dr. Drew. Because Dr. Drew to me is a fucking moron. I was never molested a kid. I'm not unhappy. I'm not I got a brain, okay? Very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. I don't think Dr. Drew can compare to my brain. Only Dr. Drew compared to is a goddamn fucking chicken head. That's like Colonel Sanders. He reminds me of Colonel Sanders with the virus. Hey, Dr. Drew, you hear that? You remind me of Colonel Sanders with a virus. Go, Please, Dr. Drew. Talk about yourself. I'm gonna need to look at me and, Billy. There are some people like that in the world,
So I mean, he's saying he's all healthy.
Hang on. My life is complete. I can die now.
Yeah, do you feel very seen?
Colonel
Sanders and a virus?
I feel seen. I feel felt.
Yeah.
Life is complete.
Yeah.
And on Easter of all days, look at how he's dressed up for Easter too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a moment, Claire. I'm glad you could share this with me.
It's quite a sweet picture with the ears.
I mean, he goes live on Instagram about like 20 times a day. So if you want to, pop in and say hi and.
Oh, like right now?
I mean, probably.
Are we set up for that?
No, but you know what? But I'm sure we could interact with him if you want to in the future.
I want to hear how he does with Tom and Christina first, and how that's going that will have aired before this, I
Oh, really?
suspect.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, correct.
And how was that interaction?
It was everything you could ask for. It was great.
I kind of feel like I should be with them when I do it.
Does he like interacting?
Yes. Yeah, he does. He likes to talk to the people.
Yeah.
Has he found his male compatriot that will abuse him properly?
I think from our talk, he said that people used to be way more down, and now it's much harder to find someone to piss on him and beat him.
Is it because of his Instagram presence, or is it just how the world turns?
It could be his social media strategy. I mean, that could have something to do with it.
You mean it's not good?
I mean, you would think he'd have a wider...
A line.
Yeah.
A line of guys.
Well, he's
Yeah.
about to blow up, though. I think he's about to get way too many, way more offers than he can handle. So
Well,
we'll see how he deals with
I
that.
will say that he seems far more softer is the only word I can think of when he's not doing the "hey, come piss on me" guy.
Yeah.
When he's doing the try it out guy is a little rough around the edges. That's all I'm saying.
No, yeah, he's a real sweetheart when you actually get to know him.
Is that right?
I think so, Josh. You're the one that talked to him. You said that he was really nice, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he says really nice.
Yeah, you can tell he's got a soft little heart in there. I can feel it.
Let me. Are we done with try it out?
Sure.
Okay. I do need to get one of those T-shirts though. I don't think I have one.
Oh yeah, we'll get you a try it
I-
out T-shirt.
Yeah, because I gotta wear it in honor of what's his name? Robert.
Robert Paul.
Robert.
Robert Paul
Robert.
Champagne.
Full respect, man. Full respect.
Full respect, Robert.
Thank you for making my life complete. A couple of emails. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. You good so far? Everything?
Yeah, I feel
everything?
very good.
You sure?
Yeah, I feel...
I dragged you into this.
No, I'm having some feelings about that man. But
Tell me, what kind of
I
feelings?
just... I don't know. Yeah, my heart. I don't know.
It makes your heart hurt, right?
Makes my heart. I just
But you're
want
smiling.
to give him a snuggle, which I think is not what he wants.
Nor would I recommend it.
I know. I don't actually want to give him a snuggle. I do not want to snuggle.
But yes,
him.
that's the kind of sad feeling I get. Like, no, this poor guy. That's how he's going to feel connected, is through people pissing on him and
Yeah.
raping him. It's like,
Well, yeah. Good luck.
But as you turned it all around for me, you helped me see that not everyone gets to ask for exactly what they want.
Yeah, and as long as you're not hurting anybody, I mean, go for it. If you want to be a urinal, be a urinal. That's what I'll tell my kid. If you want to be a ballerina, you can do anything you want.
I think Claire needs her own set of T-shirts.
If you want to be a urinal, be a urinal.
I can see it now. Okay, here's some emails. I was curious if you're aware of the YouTube show Hot Ones.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, is this for me?
No, it's for both of us.
Okay.
I am. Would you ever consider doing it? Absolutely. I would love to do it. Are you worried about the bodily effects of eating very spicy wings? I actually do.
Oh, I know about
Yes.
this.
I actually do extremely poorly with spicy things, so I've actually kind of avoided this
It'd be
one.
a fun one to watch.
It would be the next day would be the fun part. The host Sean Evans is a big fan. I'd be interested in having you on the show. Is that something you guys in the back room can entertain?
Absolutely. Yeah, we could get some balls rolling.
They said try it out.
Can I do it too?
Can Claire come with me? She wants to see it. I'm
Sure,
good for that.
she could try it out.
Try it out.
Yeah, I
Try
can
it
do
out.
wings. I'm not
But listen, I really do, and I'm actually literally being treated for reflux right now, and they just said don't eat anything.
No, you
spicy.
can't do it.
But I can do it once I've got this under control. All right.
Okay.
But I would love to do that show. It's a great show. Farts are ruining my marriage. For the last 6 months, I've had the most rotten farts ever. These bad boys can clear a room. They are rancid. I get it. I eat clean, exercise daily, but when I eat bad for a few days, my farts don't smell. Please save my marriage. Metamucil, prebiotics, probiotics, all the above.
Yeah, or just like,
Non-absorbable bulk.
I mean, also tell your wife to
Calm down.
relax a little bit. I
Oh.
mean, people fart.
Yeah, but these sound bad. Like clear a room bad.
Yeah, I mean, clear a room. But it's not his fault. So it shouldn't be the end of a marriage. But yeah, don't eat better.
Wisdom.
Imodium,
Wisdom.
whatever.
Well, no, I literally like things like Metamucil, non-absorbable bulk is helpful.
Yeah, that's totally
There's
helpful.
something called the
Psyllium.
there's the food map diet now they've talked about.
Bone broth. Yeah, bone broths are great.
And there's a lot of things you can do about it. It's essentially irritable bowel, and you want to decrease the methane production by the bacteria in
I
there.
have
So you want to,
irritable bowel, yeah.
I do too. So you want to get some prebiotics, some probiotics, some bulk, and
You could have leaky gut.
could have leaky gut. I'm an 18-year-old male in high school, will soon be going to Navy boot camp. I've always had random days where I'm very angry or resentful, but I've found that beating my back with a belt has helped me relieve myself of all anger or
I
hate.
think we know someone who would like you. I think we found a match.
We have a match. After finishing this routine, I feel a weight lifted off me and intense happiness. Do you think this is okay for me to do? Because can it cause any major problems? I'm going to bet he was beat with a belt as a kid. And this is a traumatic reenactment.
Oh, God.
Yes, your heart is hurting. I know. Humans, man.
Humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something that is not good for you. Let's put it that way. I would deal with other ways of the hate and anger.
Go to therapy.
Therapy would be the desired way to go. This is some sort of reenactment. And yes, you do relieve endorphins and all kinds of things when you hit yourself hard, but it's not
there's other ways.
Not a therapeutic intervention. I'm in a relationship that's lasted for more than 10 years. I've just realized that I'm in a cycle of no longer being sexually attracted to my girlfriend. But after some weeks, months, that sexual attraction comes back. Is this normal? Is there something wrong with me?
Sounds like you're lucky.
How's that?
Well, I just don't
That it
think
comes back?
everyone can say that it comes back.
Yeah, but I'm in a cycle of no longer being attracted. After weeks and months, it comes back. That's weird. I wonder if he is an older person. It's a relationship for 10 years. I wonder if he's having some like testosterone fluctuations or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it has such a peculiar quality to it. It makes me wonder if there's something biological going on.
I mean, he could take testosterone.
He could
testosterone test.
Yes, but there's that's a little bit overdone these days. The doctors just test testosterone and then replace. The low testosterone is a symptom. It's not a diagnosis, right? So you can figure out why you have low testosterone. That's important. So, but yes, you can get that replaced if you're older. Are there any voicemails for us?
Yeah, there sure are.
Oh boy, let's hear.
Hi, Dr. Drew. This is Jay, and I'm an electrician. And one day on the job, I got shocked from cutting a live wire. It was only going to a normal 120-volt wall outlet, but it gave me a pain in my heart that would not go away. Jesus. I got 2 EKGs done that said everything was fine, but I couldn't exercise, couldn't smoke weed or drink coffee, because all these made the pain worse. I started to become very depressed, and about a month into this heart pain, I decided to try smoking meth. It ended up being one of the best decisions of my life, because I took one big hit, and immediately as I exhaled, all the pain went away and never came back.
Well, yeah.
So I was wondering if you knew of any mechanism that could cause this miracle, and if you would recommend regular use as a protective measure, or if I should just wait until I do actually get shocked again to do it. Thanks, Dr. Drew.
I'm hoping this whole story is false, confabulated.
I mean, please.
Yes.
You think that's fake, Drew?
I think it's fake. Although at first I was going, oh, maybe the autonomic plexus over the chest, maybe the electricity somehow short circuit, did something crazy, damage this autonomic system here. And I could even go with the idea of meth somehow.
Well, meth sure makes you feel awesome.
You could change that biology a little bit, but then him goofing off about wanting to repeat it, and I don't buy it. Let's hear another one.
Not buying.
Wait,
buddy.
so you're
Don't waste my time.
saying that he shouldn't smoke more meth?
I'm saying you should not smoke more meth. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, how to hear you say it?
Oh my God, you got to hear me say it. Try it.
Hi, Dr. Drew. My name is Sarah, and I have been dating my boyfriend for 2 years now. We have a great sex life and a great relationship, but he has a very large penis, and sometimes it's very hard and painful to have sex with him. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm 33 years old, and I have had a child vaginally, so I figured this should not be a problem. And I figure he's large, but he's not overly large to the point where it should be so painful. Do you have any suggestions or ideas?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Dr. Drew, but this sounds to me like a humble brag.
This is a humble brag. It is a humble brag, but it's also a common problem.
Yeah.
It is. We in Loveline over the years, we always got way more complaints about too big than too small. Way more. Because too big commonly hurts. And you got to kind of work it out with him. You got to find a position, you got to find a rhythm, you got to find all these things. And he has to pay attention to the fact that he hurts you, which can be tough also. So this is not at all unusual. Sometimes you have to see the gynecologist to make sure there's not any inflammation or anything going on, just to make sure there's not something working against you guys. But otherwise, this is just the liability of having too big a penis.
Yeah, I mean, I've had friends who've, yeah.
Is that,
yeah.
this mean friends?
That's what this, I just, yeah.
Not yourself, but friends.
Yeah, not my
friends.
You know, I have my friends, you know, probably should just called, but yeah.
Has had this problem, right?
Well, yeah. And I know somebody, I don't want to scare you, but I had a friend.
Hurt herself.
Well, no, I'm not going to say she has a big vagina, but she dated a guy who was like a guy who was dating a girl who was painful to have sex. And then he took up with her because it wasn't.
It fit.
Because it fit.
Hmm?
So, you know, maybe it's just not a good match.
Well, there is anatomical mismatches. That happens, and some relationships don't work because of that.
Yeah.
So there you go. Let's hear another one.
Hey, my name is Evan, and I was just calling because I'm dealing with a little bit of an issue of attraction to my girlfriend as well. I know you guys were talking about this on the podcast, and I do find myself to be highly attracted to her, parts of her. And I do have struggle with her issue of PCOS, but I'm a little nervous talking about this. We've been together 4 months now. We spend almost every day together, and I'm very happy. I just would like to help her lose weight because she also wants to do this, but I'm very subtle about it. But I want her to kind of work on her weight because she wants to do it herself. And I think I would be more attracted to her because I find myself really enjoying her face like so much. She's so beautiful to me. And I was going to ask her if she could go on keratin. We just want to work on a way for her to lose weight. Thank you.
It reminds me of that episode from Knocked Up when she's a news broadcast and they tell her, they go, I want you to stand on the scale and just imagine that you're imagine the scale says, we can't tell you to lose weight. We can't.
Just
imagine
visualization.
Visual that the scale says he's talking around the weight loss thing so much, poor guy.
Yeah.
And he first blamed it on her polycystic ovarian disease, which can be something make it difficult to lose weight, but also the excess weight can cause the PCOS.
Right.
You know, it's her thing. I don't think you have any position to even bring it up, right? I mean,
yeah, no.
I mean, she knows if she wants to lose weight, she will. I mean, you can talk about different diet. Maybe you could take on a diet yourself and see if she wants to join you, something like that. Exercise programs, again, ask her to join you. Just want her to be healthy.
I love the phrase though. I've really been enjoying her face. I mean, I wish I could it's quite a compliment. Really enjoy your face. Like it's a movie or something. A hit TV show. Huge fan.
That face.
I watched it last night. Ooh, really enjoyed it.
I feel bad for this guy though. I mean, he really likes her and stuff. He's
totally.
And you know, it's this is who she is, and it may not be different, and you have to come to terms with that.
Seems like from these, a lot of people aren't attracted to their person.
Yeah, well, that's why they're calling.
That's why, or they're calling. All the people who are like doing sex all the time are like not on the phone.
Not calling.
Yeah.
I'm a 25-year-old male who's been struggling with pee shyness for the last decade. If I'm in public restroom, I cannot get myself to go unless I'm in an enclosed stall. And even then I have a hard time getting started. If there's a lot of people in the restroom, I feel a tense, painful push on my groin when I try to force it, and sometimes result in sitting down on the toilet. This never happens in my home, only in public. So that's a spasm of the smooth muscle around the bladder neck. Okay. And it's not a, you know, when you're a baby, you don't control your urine, right? So it's not exactly exactly volitional, cognitive kind of a thing. Your body has to kind of learn to control that mechanism.
Yeah.
And some people, it's a little bit tight and touchy. It doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah.
And that's him. And it's pee shyness, and that happens. It's just some people are that way.
Do you think that they're ashamed?
I think they're nervous and anxious, and just enough that, and once they have it, they know they're not going to be able to. Urinating is a hard thing. You got to relax that smooth muscle at the base of the neck of the bladder.
Yeah, and you've taught it so much to not do that.
Exactly. And some people to sort of relax it is not that easy a thing to do. And if they have anything distracting them, even they just can't do it.
For me, it's a piece of cake.
You're good. You just let it go anywhere.
Yeah, public, whatever.
Good, whatever. Street side. Yeah, you're good. Voice message.
Dr. Drew, I have a question. You mentioned that a lot of girls who are in the porn industry who got molested or whatever, have some issues, daddy issues, always going into the adult industry. Why is that? Why is it that when they have issues, they go into the adult industry? All right, well, thanks. Have a good one. Bye.
Whoa,
Bye.
another happy customer. I don't know that I've said that they always have anything. What I've said was it's not uncommon for people who don't perceive normal boundaries because somebody violated those boundaries when they were a kid will be more likely to go into things where their body boundaries are being violated regularly. And for some of them, it can be traumatizing at some point. For others, it's empowering, but it's often because they don't really perceive those. They're not aware they're not perceiving it, but they don't perceive those normal boundaries. Does that fit?
Yeah. Totally.
What should we talk about next, Claire? Are you having fun so far? Look at the. Okay, good.
I am.
We've covered a lot of territory. You said it all, as Howard Stern would say. Let me see. Recently worried about my mom coping with the tragedies of the past. Suggested she go see therapy. She just brushes me off and explains that God will get her through it. How can I persuade her to seriously seek out therapy? Anyways, piss on me, beat me. I'm home here now. And now you know what that means.
I do.
Yeah, I mean, look, for some people, a spiritual program and the support of a religious community can be enough. It can be for some people.
Yeah.
Why she wouldn't want to go to therapy, I don't know exactly what had happened. You said she's coping with tragedies. Why she wouldn't want to go, but why don't you take her to her clergy at least and start there? If that's where she's focused is on her religious practices, hopefully there's an enlightened clergy there. Sometimes they have groups in churches, and that's really what, again, if it really was a lot of tragedies, support of a group can be more important even than individual therapist. Did you ever do group therapy?
No. I mean, 12-step has the group vibe.
It's a group process, yeah.
But yeah.
Not formal group therapy. All right, another voice message.
My name is Travis Hunt. I'm just wondering how I get motivation to do my thesis.
Whoa. Okay, Clara, this is for you.
This is for me. Is Travis, right?
Travis.
Yep, Travis.
He clearly is in graduate school.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Travis. It's a good question. I also procrastinate quite a bit. I've been watching a lot of Riverdale and Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Why?
Because that's what I do when there's something I need to do. I watch teen shows.
Why?
Actually,
do they soothe you or something?
I find them very soothing. Although I went to therapy today, and we think, because I'm like, why am I watching the chilling adventures of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yeah, there's a lot of good television now.
I know. It's like, get a life, Claire. But I think it has.
What'd she say?
Well, because Sabrina, or as her friends call her, Brina, casts, like...
Are you casting a spell right now? Is that what you're doing?
Someone casts a spell. Well, she'll come up like obstacles and she fearlessly kind of casts spells and makes...
If you could cast spells, you would be pretty fearless too.
I would be pretty fearless too. I mean, she's just a help from her aunties and her friends.
Right.
But I think... So what I would do, Travis...
This is the one with the cat and everything, right?
Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah, a remake of that old one.
Oh, yeah, it's a remake.
Oh, so it's like
chilling.
a Netflix thing.
Yeah, it's a Netflix thing.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Anyways, but I think the idea of magically making it through obstacles is appealing to my unconscious. So you might want to imagine, Travis, that you are Brina, the teenage witch, and you whatever your obstacle is at your thesis, you might want to just imagine casting a spell.
Is that how she casts spells?
That's how you do it. You just go like that. You probably read a big book of spells first.
Oh. What does Harry Potter say?
Oh, Harry Potter.
He says his...
Yeah, he says...
Sadawanda.
Yeah, something like that. Or you also could do sometimes...
Or you could work on your freaking thesis.
Or you could work on your freaking...
You could do that.
You could do that. You might want to meditate for a few minutes. I meditate a lot and I find it really helpful. It kind of decreases the anxiety about it,
But the really important thing though is something like a thesis is something you have to work on every day.
Yeah.
And so get a structure going, get a rhythm going. It does, even if it's 15 minutes today. I mean, just start digging in on a regular daily basis, because usually a thesis you have at least a semester to complete.
Yeah.
So it's about
starting's the hard part.
So just start and then deal with the anxiety by casting spells and do
what Dr. Drew says, or just cast
and
a
just
spell.
try it out.
Yeah.
Wow. What are you avoiding by casting spells?
Well, I'm working on a project too, Travis. It's not a thesis, but
Tell us
in
about
my
it.
world, it's
Come on
kind
now.
of a thesis.
Tell us.
Well, it's this TV show it's pilot I'm writing, and it has to do with therapy and stuff. But
and all the parents who are therapists.
yeah, it's not about my family.
Yeah.
But there are a bunch of therapists in it, and and the main character could be me, could be you, Travis. Send me your.
But it happens to be a female
resume.
in this case.
Female, so it's not you. So it has to do with her relationship with her therapist as well. But so I'm kind of doing it, avoiding it, doing it.
Are you writing the like a show Bible now, or are you writing actual dialogue?
Now I'm writing dialogue. I'm just kind of.
So you have the show arc and the season arc and all that stuff?
Yeah, well, right now I'm sort of just getting into the juice of it to see what's interesting to me, So I'm writing actually a lot of scenes right now. Yeah, so.
It's hysterical.
It's dark. It's dark. I hope your thesis is dark, Travis.
Well,
I think it's funny. When I read it in my writer's group, they laugh. And I'm always surprised. I was like, I find this shit dark. And they're always like, ha 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 ha. I was like, something wrong with you guys.
You realize where you are right now. In this is
a place for darkness.
This is named After Dark, because of all this stuff.
I belong.
You belong. I knew you'd do well here. I knew it. I knew you belonged to the show. You'll have to come back.
Oh, please.
Yeah. So what's coming up? Anything particular, or other than you working on the script?
Coming up?
Can people go to your website to find out where you are?
I'm doing a lot of stand-up. You go to my
What's the website?
ClaireTitelman.com. I should probably update it. Me and Travis should get to work.
Mm-hmm. And the Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle, that's good. At Claire Pickle. I use Instagram a lot. You can follow me on Twitter.
Is that also Claire Pickle?
Yep. I'm on Facebook.
And where'd that come from?
Claire Pickle. Oh, GJ called me Claire Pickle when I was younger. So, yeah. Oh, I changed my last name. Oh, what did? Oh, he used to call me Claire Pickle when I was younger. Yeah, but then I changed my last name for a little while when I moved to LA, and I was going to call myself Claire Pickle, but I decided against it.
Wise.
I was wise.
Yeah, wise. All right. Anything else back in the back room? We've said it all out here.
No, yeah, you got it. Great job.
This was fun. It's good to see you.
It was so good to see you.
Yeah, we'll have to do some more again.
Okay.
And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation in the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.